Oh my God, I want to see people being hopeful, passionate, enthusiastic, intentional, motivated in becoming the best version of that which God created them to be. That's a desire. That's a beautiful desire. Now with this desire, I have a choice to make, to either turn it to reality or leave it as a desire. In order to turn this desire into reality, I would have to put intentions to it and then set goals that will lead me to take actionable steps towards seeing this becoming a reality. That is what we're going to be talking about on today's episode of EmmySpeaks. Today's edition is titled D for intentional living. D for desire, I for intentions, G for goals. We're going to be looking at them individually. What are desires? What are intentions? What are goals? How do they all fit into the puzzle of intentional living? Also, I'm going to be sharing the stories of two very important guys in the Bible who applied the D.I.G principle and they had amazing results. If you want to know who I'm talking about, you're going to have to watch this video till the very end. Hello everybody, welcome back to my space. Welcome back to my channel. This is EmmySpeaks and I am Emmy. This is a home of inspiration, motivation, encouragement, hope, fun, love, peace, and joy. Here we get to share amazing tips and lessons, not just helping you to become the best version of yourself, but also helping you to gain skills to overcome some of life's unending challenges. If this is your first time stopping by my channel, please subscribe, hit the notification bell so every week when I post a new content, you will be notified. Also, you can just go ahead and like this video, drop a comment to let me know you stopped by, and why not share to your friends and family members. Let us begin. Desires are those innate feelings that spark up interest and ignite passion. They are the whispers of our heart, often vague but deeply felt. Have you ever felt that longing, to travel, to visit others, to connect with people, to pursue a career, to do something? There is just something inside of you that is pushing you. That is your desire calling. You wake up in the morning and you're like, oh my God, I really need to visit Mount Everest. That's a desire. Oh my God, I really need to connect with people. Oh my God, I really want to become this. I need to pursue a career. I want to learn this skill. I want to do this. I want to do that. There's just something on the inside of you that is being stirred up. And sometimes you cannot even put words to it. It's so vague and it's blur at the first feeling, but it doesn't nullify the fact that it exists. So your desire is that innate feeling that sparks up an interest, that motivates you, that causes you to be passionate about something. If you are very vigilant around the world, you will notice that some people are passionate about certain things and others are not. Sometimes you even think it's strange about how passionate some people can be about certain things. You look at people who are so passionate about seeing street children taken care of. They don't want to see a child that's not properly dressed, a child that's not properly fed. And all this is not just because of the basic goodness in their hearts. It's not just because we are good people and we need to be kind to one another. There is a special kind of interest that is developed in their heart. That is an indication of a desire. So desires are the foundation of our emotional landscape. They inspire us, but then they require clarity, because with desire alone, you cannot do much. I want to be happy, beautiful desire. I want to help homeless children, beautiful desire. I want to help young people find their purpose, beautiful desire. If you don't gain clarity around all that, you will not see that become a reality, and that is where intentions come in. So now, what are intentions? Intentions are the conscious choices we make based on our desires. They represent a commitment to pursue what we truly want in life. Intentions are deeply connected with our value. They ensure that our actions reflect what we truly stand for. Sometimes we may not have the opportunity to verbally communicate to people what are our values, but your actions will definitely tell people what value systems you live by. That is where intentions come in. When you put intentions into your actions, you are not verbally communicating to people that these are my values. People can already see through your actions. That is what intentional living helps you to become. Let me share with you all something that happened to me, I think sometime last year. So there's this lady I used to buy from online. online. I'm in a group. She's always posting things, and when I see something that is of interest to me, I connect to her, I pay, and then she would supply. Upon the day of delivery, I can go to her shop and collect. Now that's the only relationship we have. Sometimes she could plead with me to carry the supplies of other people who live around my area and just give to them. And I'm like, okay, there's no harm in that. I can just put them in the car and then contact the people and let them know that your goods are here. So it's been like that for like a year. We've not had any relationship or any conversations or communication outside. I want to buy this. How much is it? Okay, it's available. Come and pick it up. And then this one day, she invites me for her birthday party. This birthday party is in two folds. There is a first fold that starts at some 7 p.m. It has to take place at a snack bar. And then there is a other fold that starts as from midnight till morning. It has to take place at a club. I look at the invitation and I'm like, oh my God, what about me informs you that this is the kind of event you should invite me to? I remember I was so bothered about that. I had to share with my colleagues. Yes, I work in a Christian environment. So of course, I'm discussing with my colleagues. I'm like, something is really troubling me. Like, is this to say that I'm living a double life? And is it like my dressing? Do you think that I dress in a kind of way that can inform someone that I go to these kind of places? Have I been living out my life correctly? I thought that when you look at my life, it is so obvious and evident that I'm sold out to Jesus. But apparently, I have been proven wrong. If this invitation is coming to me, something about me has informed this lady otherwise. And I realized that, okay, it's not that I wasn't living my truth. It's just that she did not get to know me. I'm just that customer who is usually very kind to help her distribute her other goods to other customers. And she just thought it wise to invite me for her birthday. So we've had no contact whatsoever for her to be able to judge the kind of person I am. And that was what brought me peace. Like, if she knew me so well and still invited me for that kind of event, it would tell me that I am not living out my values right. Putting intentions to your every actions helps you communicate your values. Sometimes we get angry that people have done things or said things that go against our value system, go against our beliefs. The question is, are you intentional in your living? To a point where people can see without reasonable doubt and understand the values you're upholding. If I'm not putting intentions to my actions, I will not blame people for misunderstanding my values or for not getting my values straight and clear. If you want to communicate your values without necessarily using words, put intentions to your actions. Therefore, your intentions act as a bridge between your desires and your actions. It requires mindfulness, it requires commitment, guiding us towards our ultimate aspirations. There is another thing that makes the whole picture of your desires clear. It shows you a clear roadmap as to how you can turn your desires into reality, and that is goals. I'm not going to dwell a lot on this because we've been talking about goals a lot on this space. So if you want to know deeply how to set smart goals and all of that, just watch some previous videos. Simply put, goals are the concrete steps you take towards fulfilling your intentions. Let's take, for example, I have a desire to live healthy. My intention is to eat healthy, eat a balanced meal, eat at the right time so that I can live healthy. Now I have to set goals. How do I go about this? How do I eat healthy? How do I set a balanced meal? At what time is it appropriate for me to eat in a day? What are some of the things I need to pay attention to? You see how goals now come in to put everything into perspective. Now let's bring all of that together. We see that your desires are feelings of wanting. They are often vague and emotional. Oh, I feel bad every time I see a hopeless person. Oh, I feel bad every time I see a child that is homeless. Oh, I feel bad when I see youth wasting their life. Oh, I feel bad, I feel bad, I feel bad. That's a desire. It stirs up emotions. Then we move over to intentions. These are conscious commitments that guide our actions. They are more specific and aligned with our values. I feel bad every time I see people hopeless. That's a desire. How can I now make these people hopeful? I believe that Jesus is the source of hope, so I can use that to bring hope to people. That's my intention. Now your goals are more concrete. They are measurable objectives that stems from your intentions. Icing on the cake, they provide a clear plan of action. Let's look at two persons in the Bible who applied D.I.G for intentional living and they got amazing results. The first is David, popularly known as the man after God's heart. When you read the book of Psalms, you would realize that David was somebody who loves God. He has always loved God. And then when he became king, there was a desire inside of him to lead a people who are devoted to God. He longed to see the nation of Israel live in unity and righteousness. That was his desire. But if it ended there, he will not see that come to pass. What did he do with that desire? He set intentions around it. He told himself that if I unite all the tribes of Israel and then make Jerusalem the capital city, put the Ark of the Covenant in it that represent the presence of God, then the nation of Israel will actually be subjected to God. They will look up to Jerusalem as the capital city, and it carries the presence of God. At that time, God's presence will not only reign in Jerusalem, but it would reign in the whole of Israel. That's a beautiful way to set intentions, and you see how his intentions reflected his values. He is somebody that is surrendered to God. He is somebody that is living in obedience to God. He has envisioned the kind of people he wants to lead, and he's setting clear intentions around that. Now, what was the goal he set around that? He sought to capture Jerusalem from the Jebusites and then bring the Ark of Covenant and put into it. He says, yes, the intention is to unite the tribes of Israel and then make Jerusalem the capital city. But the Jebusites were in control of Jerusalem. So the first plan of action is what? Capture Jerusalem. Once that happened, you take the Ark of Covenant, put it in Jerusalem. You see how David was so intentional with his actions. Every strategy had intentions to it. He was not just capturing Jerusalem from the Jebusites because, well, he is king, he wants to show his power and all of that. He had an intention that came from a place of desire. If I can be able to do this, then this will become real. When I read that story, I'm like, God, this is so intentional. The next story that caught my attention is the story of Nehemiah. You know how when Nehemiah found the walls of Jerusalem had fallen down, the city of Jerusalem was just, destroyed. The Bible says that Nehemiah was troubled in his heart. Remember, we said that desire has to do with our emotions. He was not happy with that news. That's indicating a desire. But then what did he do? Did he just stay in that state of being worried? Oh, I don't like to see hungry children. Oh, I don't like to see. All of that does not cause a change. All of that does not make a difference. This is now the intention. He told himself that for Jerusalem to be restored, it has to be rebuilt. He asked the king, can you let me go to Judah so that I can rebuild the city? At this time, I don't think he had a plan. He did not have a plan. He did not have a strategy. All he knew was he had to rebuild Jerusalem in order for Jerusalem to be restored. And then when his request was granted, he went ahead to set goals. He gathered resources. He hired workers. He put everything together. He set a timeline. And in 52 days, he rebuilt the city of Jerusalem. It is possible. It is possible to turn your dreams to reality. It is possible to turn your desires to reality when you become intentional. Desires, intention, goals, all of that put together is going to produce successful results for you. So now I want to ask you this question. What are the desires of your heart? Can you commit to it by setting intentions around those desires? Sometimes we take actions, but because we are not intentional about the actions, it doesn't produce the result that will actually lead to the fulfillment of our desires. So I encourage you today to put intentions into your actions and then set goals and watch your life become a big bowl of success. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching. If this has been helpful to you in any way, please like this video, comment, and also share to your friends. Until we meet again for the next episode, remember to be intentional. Remember to put intentions into everything that you do. Let your actions reflect your truest values. Stay motivated, stay inspired, stay hopeful, and remember, I am Emmy. When Emmy speaks, she speaks to the world. Are you listening? Bye.